First off, thank you so much for being on the call today. If you don't know, guys, this is my dream. If I can push you to do one thing, is find your dream, find that purpose, and you don't have to wait until you graduate. You don't have to wait until you get somewhere. You can start living that dream today, whatever that dream is. If you need help, let me know. We'll sit down one-on-one. I had a chance to talk with Paul this past week, and we're going to be having more calls. But guys, don't be shy. That's why I'm here. I'm also here to help you guys develop as receivers, but also as men to win at your life. So today is going to be a work session. So we have 3 questions we're gonna go through, and you guys are gonna have 2 minutes to answer. Actually, no, sorry, 3 minutes to answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm gonna go through some answers that I have. But the point of the call today is to simply start putting on paper my thoughts. So me for my thoughts, and you guys put down your thoughts. So if you can, you don't have to open your camera. If you can, great. But we're gonna need a pen and paper. We're gonna need a pen and paper, Mr. Aaron, what's up? We're gonna need a pen and paper handy, because today you guys are gonna be writing down more than I am going to be speaking. One of the main reasons we're gonna start doing that, guys, is in terms of the foundation of growth, of self-growth. We've pretty much gone through the whole foundation. If we had our call about self-talk, emotional control, the POLAC system, finding our purpose, objectives to live that purpose. What are some obstacles that we might face? How do we get ready for those? What are our lifelines that we have to set, right? With every lifeline, it gives us energy. It doesn't create a sense of anxiety or stress. It creates a sense of anticipation, energy. I'm ready to get this done by this time. A for action, and C for change lives. Guys, you cannot forget, action is where it's at. We hear a lot, man. Actually, by a show of hands, or you put a 1 in the chat. I will change this so I can see the chat, guys. Who has ever heard, or who has ever said, I'm missing motivation. I don't know. My motivation just left. Right, by a show of hands. Like, I don't feel motivated today or this week. All right. If it hasn't happened yet, I promise you it will happen at a certain point in your career where you say, I don't feel motivated. All right. That is when we have to rely on discipline. And discipline is having little actions that we do every single day that we know will help us, are helping us right now become the person we need to be to get to the next level, whatever that is. So now, if you get your pen and paper ready, guys, again, you guys are going to be writing more than I'm going to be speaking. So you guys, actually, I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes to answer, and then we'll go through my answers. So the first question, you can write down the question, and then we'll start the timer. How do you hold yourself accountable for progress? So I'll repeat that again. How do you hold yourself accountable for progress? Whatever that means to you, your interpretation at this moment, you're going to take 4 minutes, and you're going to go through ways that you can hold yourself accountable for your own progress. All right? For this 4 minutes, guys, I'm going to let something play, a little video play, and we'll be back in 4 minutes. Write that up.
And on the rare occasion that you take a punch from life and it knocks you down, you dig deep, and then you dig deeper, and then you dig even deeper, because you understand that this is the moment to pick yourself up, push through with determination and grit, because of all your resiliency, commitment, hard work, perseverance. You have now put yourself in position to show the world that you got that dog. And your inner dog has no quit. I said, this is the moment to pick yourself up and push through with determination and grit because of all your resiliency, commitment, hard work, perseverance. You have put yourself in a position to show the world that you got that dog. And your inner dog has no quit.
I hated jumping out of airplanes. I hated shooting guns. I hated the job as a Navy SEAL. But I did it because I wanted to change myself. Everything I do, I'm not really comfortable doing. But
Another 2 minutes,
if you
guys.
choose to go that route, to go be a Navy SEAL, you might as well go be the hardest mother in the world.
And even if you're done, I need you to dig deep. Keep going until the time is done.
Because if you're choosing to do something, you have two routes. You can go there and be a little weak person and get through barely, and that's your reputation. Or you can go through the hardest guy you can possibly be, and that's your reputation. So my whole thing is, if you're gonna choose to open that door in Iraq or Afghanistan, open the mother and go in hard. Because they're gonna remember you by slowly opening it and peeking in. So if you're gonna open it and you made the mind to open it, don't crack it open. Open the door, go in. That's what life.
Another 30 seconds, guys. Keep riding. All right. Is there one person who'd like to share one way that they hold that they can hold themselves accountable for progress? You can either write it in the chat or unblock your microphone and share one of those ways.
I can go.
Yes, sir.
So what I wrote, it was for a daily basis, like how you can stay accountable. Well, me, I have this app called Grit, and it's an app that helps you like stack like the wins of your day, so you can like put whatever you want to do. Like let's say go to the gym, wake up early, take a cold shower, whatever it is, and it helps you like keeping track what you done and what you haven't done. And so that's a little tool that I have for my everyday basis. But then you also have like typical whiteboard, just writing down like a to-do list, and then at the end of the day you can just check what you did, what you didn't have time to do, whatever. And I feel like doing that every day can keep you like in track of did you accomplish what you said you were gonna accomplish for the day. And then when you stack it, it's just better. Like you can be better at achieving your goals.
Wow, that's incredible. I hope y'all took notes. I took notes. I'm gonna get that app. Thank you, Mr. Paul. I appreciate that a lot, man. That is freaking amazing. So, guys, if you don't have the app, I suggest you at least go download it and take a look. I'm gonna do that right after this call. And the whiteboard. I don't know what it is about a whiteboard. I just love writing on a whiteboard. It feels more accomplishing than just on a piece of paper. That is freaking amazing. Freaking amazing, guys. One thing that we can do is when we set these goals, right, is we could make them clear and measurable and extremely simple, right? Taking a cold shower. I mean, we know we can do that because our shower is available at home, unless we have like 10 people. I don't think we have 10 people at home taking a shower at the same time. But we know we have our shower available. We know we can put it on cold because there's never a short on cold water usually. And I know I can do it for 30 seconds every day. Let's say 30 seconds. And you can build up. But you see, that's simple. I know it's accessible. I can access it every single day. And now I can put it in this app that Mr. Paul shared with us, that every time I do it, I can go check it off. One thing that's freaking amazing. So, in the game of football, if I am a great receiver, does that assure that the team will win by a show of hands, or thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down for no. Exactly. All right. If I am the best quarterback, does that assure that will that make sure that the team will win the game? So why I'm asking these questions is another way to hold ourselves accountable for progress, for our progress, and we're playing the game of football, so we have teammates, right? And our teammates' progress is to check in. It says check in with myself, check in with my coach and my mentor, but even better, check in with my receiver squad. Check in with my other running backs. Check in with my offense as a unit. Because it's something to do this, guys. It's incredibly powerful, right? It's incredibly powerful, the sense of accomplishment that we get from doing it by ourselves. But imagine we did this, and then you got with your boys, and all right, what are your goals? How can we tie that in together so when we get on the field, man, we've done it 1,000 times already. That's where we want to get to. So check in with your boys, right? And if it's being recorded, so there will be ladies watching the recording. Ladies, check in with your girls, man. Check in with your girls. Make sure that everyone has the same vision before you get on the field. All right. Now we're going to go back to we're going to go to the next question, and we're going to have 4 minutes to answer. So you can write down the question. What current distractions keep you from reaching your potential? So write that down. What current distractions keep you from reaching your potential? I'll say it one more time, and then we're going to start the timer. What current distractions keep you from reaching your potential? Get the timer going, guys. I'm going to share the video. Let you guys write that up. And keep going until the 4 minutes is done. Even when you think you're done, keep going.
You're just going to crumble, and you're good for nobody.
99% of people
turn your passion
willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. The center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. You know, something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day we are choosing that's not in our own best interest. So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're going to kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. And I think the word discipline has kind of gotten a bad name. We think about it in terms of punishment. I'm not talking about discipline in that way. I'm talking about discipline in the sense that you forego immediate pleasure for the exchange of long-term self-respect. I believe that self-discipline is the definition of self-love. that when you say that you love yourself, that means that you have behavior towards yourself that is loving. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. Self-love is when you say to yourself, ah, man, look, I know you and that girl got a real connection. I know y'all vibe, but that's your girl's cousin. So I love you too much to let you do that. It's like you say to yourself, hey man, look, I know you want to eat that pizza and it'll be really good, you know, but I can't let you eat that, man, because if you eat that pizza, you're going to feel like shit, you know, and I love you too much to let you eat that. Self-love is.
All right. All righty. Here we go. Here we go. Would someone else like to share one distraction? You guys can write it in the chat. One distraction. Anything you guys came up with?
I would say compare myself to others.
Oh, that is a great one. Beautiful. Compare yourself to others. Thank you. And money. Holy crap. Can you, while we go over comparing, can you elaborate on what you mean by money? Money is a big thing. So what I mean is, can you elaborate in the sense that is it the want for money or the lack of money or whatever the case may be? So that is actually one of the points that I had as well, comparing. All right. And I'll tie it in with the first point, which was social media doom scrolling, where an hour or a half hour, an hour of our day is lost in doing this. Guys, it happens, right? It happens. That's how they got humans. They got them to do apparently our brain likes this a lot. Because what happens is if they can get us to look at a screen and look at people that have the life that we want to live long enough, well, we just stay there. Or something funny, something that has nothing to do with where we want to go and who we want to be. So let's get to the comparing part. I believe, is my firm belief, you tell me if I'm wrong, there's a way of comparing ourselves to the wrong people or the wrong way and the right way. Here's what I mean. If I look at someone, say I'm a receiver, I want to get to the next level, I want to be a pro, I'm in university, and I look at a vet who's been in the CFL, and I look at him and I say, man, I really wish I had what he has at the moment. He's just so lucky, you know, he's living all this fame and whatever the case may be. And we just look at everything that we lack, right? Everything we lack. And this goes up the process of our thoughts, right? We look at a video and we start looking at everything we lack. So that's a wrong way of comparing ourselves. But what if we look at that same person and we look at everything that person has to offer to us? Everything that we can learn from that person. And we've spoken about this in previous calls, being an eternal student every single day learning. So we no longer compare ourselves to someone to say they have this more than I do. We compare ourselves to say, what did it take to get there? And am I doing it? And if I'm not, what can I do to start doing that? By a show of hands or thumbs up, does that make sense? Makes sense? All right, perfect. So I'm going to read what's in the chat in just a second. Make sure that when you compare yourself when we compare, because we all compare ourselves, guys, whether we like it or not, our brain is just wired that way after years and years and years of conditioning. Make sure that we remember there's human beings and football players. That as a football player, I compare myself to get better and not to be jealous. Jealousy does not exist in my vocabulary. I admire, I am fascinated, I want to learn from those people who are living the life that I want to live. So, money. I got a lot of friends doing a lot of money and getting what they want instantly. Seeing that I see how happy they are by buying things they want what I can't. That makes me want to get more money, but that keeps me out of my dreams because more work or a bigger job means make an X on my dreams. After the call, send me a direct message on Instagram. Say, what up, coach? Because we're going to talk more in depth one-on-one. First off, I'm not sure where you are in your can you just write what level of football you're in? And here's the thing, guys. That has to do with comparing as well. They have the money, they're having fun. Man, why don't I have the money? I'm pouring in to my dreams and I'm not getting any financial help from it. I'm not getting any money from it. I'm going to start using this. I submit to you guys that you are able, if you're past a teenager, you can do it past 15 years old. You can make money going to school. You can make money in a part-time job. But again, discipline has to be there. Those ways of making money are extremely simple. And we won't get into it today. But when it comes to money, I will end on this. All right. Learn to love the people and use the money. All right. And also, we'll get to the point also in another call, guys, where we'll learn to use the money to love the people. And in that, we'll live our dreams. And financially, you will get what you need until you get what you want. So money will no longer be a distraction. We got one more. I didn't think it'd take this long, guys. We're gonna go 2 minutes for our last question. The last question is, how can you develop stronger self-discipline? How can you develop stronger self-discipline? Even if you're disciplined right now, how can you get better at being self-disciplined? We'll go 2 minutes. So how can you develop stronger self-discipline?
Is, hey, look, I know you got a test on Monday, and I know you really want to go out with your friends. It's Saturday night, you want to go out, but if you fail that test, you're not going to feel good about yourself. I love you too much to let you go out tonight. Self-discipline is self-love. If you want to be happy, you have to love yourself, which means you have to discipline your behavior. The road to sustained happiness is through disciplining your behavior.
We tend to base our self-esteem on what other people think. And that's not really self-esteem. Self-esteem is supposed to be how we feel about ourselves. And I was just saying how dangerous it is to allow other people to determine how you're going to feel about you.
Wow. Will Smith, man, he's a heck of a dude. He's a dude. He's a man's man. All right, guys. Um, Someone like to share one thing that they could do to develop stronger self-discipline. If not, it's all great.
Um, I think it kind of correlates with accountability. Like to build discipline, you gotta be accountable with yourself. Like being able to kind of like set goals for the day, and at the end of the day, see if you was disciplined enough to reach those goals. So just being accountable every day and be true to yourself, like um, being able to tell yourself whether you are on the right path or no, and tell yourself the hard truth is gonna be the thing that brings you that discipline, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Mr. Aaron, does that make sense to you? Thumbs up. All right. Um, I could not have said it better, guys. Uh, that's a great way to end the call. We got 2 minutes. Um, and here's a way that you can stay accountable. So we have the simple goals. Set some goals that you know you can do every day. So your brain adapts and says, okay, when I set goals, I'm able to accomplish them. And with every accomplished goal, I am getting more confident because I'm taking action consistently and it's working. It could be as simple as deciding on a time to wake up and consistently waking up at that time. All right. Take this down. It's a method called time blocking. So you write out a list of tasks or goals that you have throughout your day. And instead of just checking them off, what you're going to do is you're going to pull up your schedule. And let's say your day starts at 8 and you end your day at 8. So every hour, you're going to put a task. So every hour is a block. So I have a task example, studying film. So from 9:30 to 10:30, that block, I am studying film, and so on and so forth. And so you begin to develop the habit of building structure throughout your day. And if we do that every day, we do that every week and every month and every year and every decade and so on and so forth. And then you do it for your life. And people will wonder, well, how did that person get so lucky? But little will they know that you were disciplined, accountable, and with every action, you were able to keep the promises to the most important person in your life, and that's you. On that note, guys, it's 6:59. We're gonna end with our quote. This is recorded. I'm putting it straight on YouTube, guys. I'm gonna post it with last week's call. I'm really happy you guys could hear me this week. I'm gonna post it on YouTube and put it in our group so you guys can have access to it. So repeat after me. You don't have to unblock your mics, guys. I am more than I appear to be. All of the world's strength and power rests in me. Say that to yourself every day, guys, every single day, and watch the person that you're going to become. So on that note, thank you so much, guys. We'll see each other next week. Get your teammates on the calls, guys. This is what we mean. Checking with our teammates, get the team vision going.